Yo, what is up? How is everybody doing? I'm back to casting some more StarCraft 2 action, some more Wings of Liberty games. Of course, that is still what most players are playing, so that's kind of what I have to focus on. Anyway, guys, I will be uploading many more games. Trust me, I promised so many things in the past, but we are going to be back at it with some more StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, maybe some Heart of the Swarm, depending if I can go ahead and get some replays or not, and depending on if the pro players are playing Heart of the Swarm, which is, of course, a pretty big factor when it comes to trying to get some games. But this is going to be a PVT. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. We have spawning in the upper right side in as our blue Protoss, ROXKIS, which is, of course, a Russian-based team. We have Fraer, who is one of their top performing Protosses on that team. But in the bottom left side, we have spawning in as our red Terran player from the team Fnatic Raid Call. This is in fact going to be alive. He's dead or alive. I guess I was going to try to make a joke. Not going to do it this time. I will hold it on to maybe a future cast. But anyway, guys, alive is a very consistent top-rated Korean Terran player in Korea. Duh. Okay, but my point being is Alive is a guy that is super unpredictable in any matchup. TVP, TVT, or even TVZ. He is a guy that is not afraid to all-in you. He is not afraid to go for a macro game. He can go for a 2-base timing. He can do a bunch of things, which is what exactly we're seeing in this game. Immediately there's a proxy barracks, and there's in fact a barracks here at the wall off, and Fraer is going to scout this, but what is he going to see? All he's going to see is a barracks. Maybe he counted the SCVs to go ahead and try to do a little bit of, mathematical way of scouting. Maybe his opponent's going for a proxy 2 racks. But from Fraer's side, at this stage, he is thinking to himself, all right, Alive is going to go for a 1 barracks expand, but that is not what's happening. The proxy racks is in a very hard location to scout. And now we have to see, Fraer, is he going to go for a 1-gate expand, which is what most Protoss players do, and Entombed Valley is a pretty large map. It gives you that option to go ahead and expand quickly, but we're going to have to wait and see. Gateway is going to finish. Very standard opening, no kind of, proxy gateway coming out from Fraer. Obviously, there's a gas being taken, and Alive is putting on the pressure, and he is going to put on the pressure very soon here in this game. Making Marines, getting a supply depot. Of course, you do not want to get supply blocked when you're going for a cheesy kind of opening that Alive is showing us in this game. But he is going to go ahead and scout as we go ahead and follow the SCV. Going to go ahead and see exactly where his opponent is. Not going to spot an expansion. Alive is going to tell himself, what's going on? Maybe you're not going for a 1-gate expand, but the Cybernetics core is finished. 2 Zealots are in queue right now from Fraer. 1 Zealot's about to pop out. Maybe you want to go ahead and get Stalker as quickly as possible. But here we go. It looks like Fraer knows exactly what's going on. Alive trying to get a bunker in position at the natural. Very smart move. Does not want to lose SCVs very early on with this kind of a push from Alive. And the bunker gets canceled. So we're going to have to see what Fraer is going to do. Very nice control there by the Zealot. Going to go ahead and kill 1 of the SCVs. What is in queue right now? Another Zealot going to pop out. Stalker getting chrono boosted out from Fraer. And Alive, let's just see what he scouted. He as I'm stuttering over my words like an idiot, he's not able to go up to the main base to see exactly what tech structures are in position from Fraer. Second gateway has been added. Obviously, there's no kind of nexus that's been taken. And Alive, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why he is an extremely intelligent player in the TVP matchup, which is, I think, his best matchup. He's not overextending. It's not like he's sending in 5, 6, 7 Marines into the natural, getting force fielded and completely killed. But Fraer, his expansion is going to be a little bit late. Alive doing the smart thing, going back home, getting a command center, and controlling the watchtower. And who's ahead at this point? Well, let's look at the units tab. 20 SCVs for the Terran, 25 pros for the Protoss. Units tab, we see a Stalker and a Sentry. Tech-wise, the Protoss does not really have any kind of Twilight or robotics tech at this point. It's not a surprise at all. He hasn't even expanded, for God's sake. But he's trying to expand right now as we see the probe. There we go. So we're going to see an expansion coming out from Fraer. Nothing out of the ordinary. He kind of did what he had to do. Hold off the attack. Get a good amount of units, get his warp gate up, and then expand, which is kind of exactly what Fraer is going to be doing in this game. But Alive, behind this, getting another command center, so he's double expanding behind this as we see him making his way, marching his way up to the ramp. Force field going down. Really nice use of the force field there by Fraer, catching about 4 or 5 Marines. All of those Marines are absolutely going to get melted to the amazing power of these sentries. Obviously, guys, sentries, they're not really good at attacking. They basically just tickle whatever the hell they want. But, you know, not the best control there with the Marines from Alive. You don't not really want to go up to a ramp with this many sentries from the Protoss player. But Nex is about to finish here. You know, map control is going to go a little bit now to Fraer now that he actually managed to kill this many Marines. As we see a little bit of a mini battle going on to the center of the map, but at the same time, Fraer going to go ahead and poke up into the main, or try to poke up into the natural here of Alive. Going to spot 1 and 2 bunkers that's going to finish here very, very soon from Alive. But I love that Fraer is being aggressive with this. He is warping in sentries, getting a stalker, expanding behind this. So now, all of a sudden, Alive is on the defensive. Down in supply, 39 supply for Alive, 55 supply for Fraer, a third bunker coming in position right now from the Terran player. So he absolutely feels that there's going to be some kind of, you know, forward or counter aggression coming out here from the Protoss player. And you know what, Fraer, he's doing what he kind of has to do. He needs to pressure. I would love to see some kind of tech, maybe a robotics facility. He's just limited on this gateway units. And he's going to go ahead and poke up the ramp. Guardian Shield goes down. SCV is getting pulled off the mineral line now from Alive. 1 bunker is going to go down. How many Marines? Okay, so he has 8 Marines stacked up into these bunkers. Force Shield's going down. Is he going to get the bunker? Yes, he is. And Fraer, just like that, is going to have a victorious engagement into this battle. But it looks like SCVs are doing a pretty good damage against these sentries and stalkers. Marines getting out of the bunker to do a little bit more, or to help out the SCVs. But overall, pretty good trade from Fraer. Finds himself with a 10 supply advantage, going to be about 12 here very soon. Units tab finds himself with a 7 harvester advantage. Again, he's going to go up into the ramp, trying to run by. I'm not too sure if I agree with this, because SCVs, when there's not that many zealots, can do pretty good against stalkers and sentries. Looks like Marines getting pulled off again. Force field's going down, trapping a bunch of SCVs. Alive is actually losing a bunch of SCVs in this engagement. As you look at the units lost tab, 41 units lost here from Alive. 22,246 resources, whatever. Resources don't matter. But anyway, guys, this is just an intelligent play from Fraer, and this pylon can actually allow him to warp up into the high ground of his Terran opponent. But Alive, not in the best position, not in the worst position. Of course, Stim is going to finish. Twilight Council being followed up here for Fraer, as we see some more Zealots and a Stalker being warped into the high ground here for the Protoss player. But at the same time, Alive, 48 supply. Fraer, 67 supply. Back home in the base of the Protoss player, we do see another gateway being added. As I mentioned, the Twilight Council is being added as well as a forge. So he's going to go ahead and get started on some upgrades, but the damage has been done. Stim, I feel like once Stim finishes, Alive is going to have a footing at least to try to get rid of this army from Fraer. But the thing that's so annoying is this pylon. This pylon can warp in onto the high ground for days, and Alive lifting up the command center. So Fraer doing everything that he kind of needs to. Teching behind it, getting Blink. This forge is about to finish here very soon. We'll be able to get started on most likely his weapons upgrade. But I mean, yeah, it's SCV is getting pulled off. Some Marines and some Marauders. More weapons coming in. Alive falling down to 42 supply. 42 supply. There we go. I think I jumped a little bit ahead of myself. But I mean, what's in the main base of Alive? What can he really do? He has a factory. Obviously, can't really afford to produce as many medevacs as he wants to at this stage in the game. Third command center has been completed for some time. He's going to go ahead and float that natural into the third expansion. So technically, he'll be mining off 2 bases here very soon, as some mules get dropped here from Alive. But, okay, wow. So Alive actually going to have some units here. And Stim is going to go ahead and get revealed right now for Alive. Trying to run away against these many Stalkers and Zealots. Only about, like, 3 Marauders and 2 Marines here. And Fraer taking a third expansion behind it. I love it. Fraer is just playing this really, really reactionary. He knows he has the map control. He knows he has the economic advantage. He's going to get upgrades a lot sooner than Alive. We see Combat Shielders on its way. Starports being started from Alive. But at what cost? His economy is really, really poor. 30 SCVs compared to the 54 probes. Charge is on its way. +1 is about, 80% completed right now from Fraer. And it's just looking really, really unfortunate from Alive. It's going to be extremely impossible for him to come back from this game. As we see Fraer looking like he's going to go ahead and posture himself for one final push. Warping in some Stalkers. Getting additional upgrades right now. And just going to poke into the third. See what's going on. We'll see a spawning factory. Alive is going to obviously see that his opponent does have Blink. Alive, trying to get some units on the map, getting some Marines, getting some Marauders, getting some upgrades. Concussive Shell's going to finish here very soon, but SCV's trying to repair the bunker again. Fraer just seems to have way too many units, blinking away the weakened Stalkers, Marauders, and Marines, and SCV is trying to do some damage here, but blinking forward is going to be Fraer, focusing down the Marauders. GG gets called by Fnatic raid calls Alive, so that's going to do it for this game. Fraer holding off the 2 racks, forcing his opponent to double expand. A little bit greedy, but I mean, what can you do when you do it 2 racks? You kind of have to do that. Fraer with a counter aggression, killing off all the economy of Alive pretty much, and you know, just winning it from there. Really, really smart play by both players, but Fraer is going to come out on top in this game, and that's going to do it for this cast, guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.